uses a fullback nowadays? What even is a fullback? Sure, those may sound like exaggerations, but trust me, it's a well-documented fact that nowadays high school kids are not used to watching this position in their TVs, let alone play that position in their respective teams or have a teammate that plays that position. But don't worry, it might be an endangered species, but oh no, it's not gonna go extinct. Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, long time ago, there were no running backs. Back in the day, there existed two types of backs, the halfback and the fullback. The halfback would be what we consider today the running back, or at least the origins of this position. Pretty much what separated a halfback and a fullback was the size. Either you were lean and smooth and can break a big run, or you were big and strong and could earn tough yards through people. Let's remember, in this time, pretty much every single team would deploy two back sets or even three back sets. This, of course, would force some of those backs to block for the one who was carrying the ball. Since naturally the fullback was stronger and bigger, they would use him as the blocker. Here relies the golden era of fullbacks, John Riggins, Larry Sonka, and some might argue Jim Brown, which I would consider him more of a halfback than a fullback, but nevertheless are great examples of this position and how it was used back then. They could block, but they were really good runners too. This way of using fullbacks has reappeared here and there throughout history. A Mike Alstott or a Peyton Hillis would be more current examples. But let's go back in time again. Teams had a problem with this fullback and halfback concept. They felt like their halfbacks, even though they were quick and fast, were not really ready for 30 or 40 carries per game. They simply didn't have enough muscle to endure hit after hit after hit. And in the other hand, to relieve them from this duty, we split the carries with the fullback, who in order to run fast enough to earn us some yards, would need to control his weight and not pack as much muscle as he probably would need if he needed to block in every single carry. So what was the solution? Here comes the running backs. The ones halfbacks would be asked to pack some muscle, be just as fast, and be a more complete player. This time they would handle the majority of the carries, which in turn changed the fullback duties and responsibilities to pretty much just blocking. Of course, the little run here and there, but pretty much blocking. In order to do so, teams would look for fullbacks who were stronger, more compact, low to the ground kind of players who were willing to block every single play. And so the new type of fullback was born, the blocking fullback. Lorenzo Neal, Bonta Leach, and Daryl Johnson are good examples of this kind of fullback. This concept worked. Offenses were running up and down through defenses' throats, and the league in general was extremely run-centric. But as we know, coaches always try to find new ways to attack defenses. So there was this new trend in college, and it seemed to be easy to use, and it was creating a lot of success for these teams. And so, the spread offense came into the spotlight. This concept featured quarterbacks passing the ball way more than ever. It would exchange little runs for little passes, play actions for screens, and the occasional big run for the long pass down the field. Teams started to play more in a shotgun formation or pistol formation, but most importantly, they started to deploy more 3 or 4 receiver sets. This is still true today. Today we experience a happy pass league every Sunday. Consequently, as you might expect, the decline in fullbacks usage started happening. Less and less teams were using them for the majority of their plays. Why would they spend one of their valuable roster spots on that position? So everyone started noticing. Nobody was drafting fullbacks anymore. Some teams were not even hiring them. And of course, even the teams that did have them used them more in special teams than in offensive plays. There were really no more running fullbacks, and the blocking fullback was not making it anymore. So the position needed a hero, a savior if you wish. Enter Kyle Juszczyk, the ultimate fullback mismatch. So is he a running fullback or a blocking fullback? Neither. He can run the ball, he can block in the running game and in the passing game. And not only that, he can catch the ball. He's still short and has a low gravity center, which allows him to run and also to be quick enough to get where he's supposed to be in blocking duties. But he has a good combination of strength, quickness, and good hands to be too fast for a linebacker to cover or to box out corners or safeties if he's asked to run a route. So if you ask me, he lies somewhere between the modern tight end and the modern running back, exactly where the fullback belongs. He is the ultimate evolution of the position. He started his career with the Baltimore Ravens, where he was asked to block and catch the occasional dump off or little screen pass. He was picked by the San Francisco 49ers and got paired with a great offensive mind, Kyle Shanahan. He asked him to shed some weight because he had a great plan in mind for him. He saw the kind of versatility Kyle could bring to the table, and he has flourished ever since. I mean, just look at this touchdown from this past Super Bowl. But sorry, I digress. As he flourished, guess what? The position has as well. These are just some of the statistics that support this claim since Kyle entered the league. And hey, some of them show really positive outcomes for the offenses that have deployed fullbacks. I mean, even though there's only 14 teams out of the 32 that have signed fullbacks to multiple year extensions or contracts, you should only look at who's winning. In the previous 3 Super Bowls, all of the 6 teams involved have had a fullback in their roster. And no, I'm not saying any of the fullbacks in this league compare to Kyle. He's unique, he's a mismatch, but he's definitely the arrow that's pointing in the direction where this position is going. And believe it or not, he might have been and will continue to be the crucial stepping stone in the evolution of this highly underrated position. So if this trend continues, the fullback position might still not be the sexiest or flashiest, but believe me, it will be one hell of an important key for successful offenses in the future. At the end of the day, either you adapt or you die, and I don't see the fullbacks dying anytime soon.